Howdy, folks. We're here today playing Soul Calibur, one of the greatest fighting games of all time. We're going to begin here in just a moment to be sure that we're live. Going to be having the timer hosted by Speedyfists here today. Raising money for St. Jude. Thank you all for your donations. Oh, I'm live? Sweet. Alright, so we're going to be starting this up with Astaroth. Timing is going to begin on Astaroth in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so the main goal of this game, ultimately, is to get good RNG. But there are certain manipulations that you can do with characters throughout the game. You're going to be noticing me doing a lot of the same moves in the first 3 to 4 matches for each character. And we're going to have one move saved on backup. And the backup move is pretty much... the backup move is pretty much the AI's weak point through the whole match. Now we gotta bring it back for this Astaroth. We gotta bring this back. It's already bad. It's all good though. Alrighty. Yeah, as long as I can get like a sub 50 Astaroth for the in-game time, should be pretty decent enough. But the big upgrade from the previous runs that we've had here at Speedyfist for this run in particular is Taki, Ivy, Keelik, and Maxi. A couple of new strategies have been figured out for those couple of characters. New advantages with kicks. Certain moves I just didn't know with the characters until practicing with them a lot. Oof, we're gonna use a backup here. Alright. Oof, 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 oof. We are not dying on Astaroth. That's not cool. It's all good. Like I said, it's just RNG. You gotta pray to RNGesus for me, folks. Oh. Come on now. Get up. There we go. Yeah, like I was saying, those 4 characters, we definitely have a lot of time to save on those compared to Astaroth here. And Rock is basically Astaroth, so we have another chance at about a 40-second or less game with Rock later on in the run. It's only about 30 seconds lost so far, so it's not terrible. Next character is Taki. Now, the advancement with strategy on this is the first couple of rounds you're going to notice me doing this stab move repeatedly. It's pretty much the fastest way until you get them to the edge. And then you just do a slide kick. Now, sometimes you can get a multiple kick to get them to the edge quicker. Or if they're like light characters, you can push them. But Taki's really bad because if you're versing heavier characters, you can't necessarily push them when they're on the ground. Now sometimes the AI in the first couple of rounds, they're actually not as smart. And so you can run into them for a couple of seconds and potentially just push them right off the edge without getting any attacks in from them. Ooh, come on. That's right. Paul P. Yeah. Yeah, thanks everybody for stopping by, chilling out. There we go. Yeah, we're on about a pace for, I'm gonna say 112 for Taki here to start, which isn't terrible. For her, it's actually pretty decent. Now, you'll notice I stopped doing the stab move for a couple of matches, and that's to kind of ensure that the AI at the end aren't gonna take the stab move and make it a priority. So, like, if I avoid using, like, a certain move for a long time, the AI towards the end isn't going to pick up on that move as quickly. And so it makes it very advantageous to use as a backup. Yeah. I called it. I called it. Did I say 112? Because I got 112, so how about that? Holy crap. Yeah, like I said before, if you keep the moves on backup, then it's, you know, it'll work out in your advantage. Alright, next up's Nightmare. Nightmare is a really easy character to play. You can usually take out every character in about 4 moves. Ring outs do go faster, but Nightmare isn't really easy to get ring outs every time. Unless you pull a move like this. Oh. And then Maxi says no. So that's why you never want to try and ring out with Nightmare. Because he's just so slow that it's not nearly as effective as just using the 4 moves to take him out. But if you can get a ring out with Nightmare, it's really good. It's just easier to do the 3, the 4. And this move is like literally Nightmare's cheapest move too. Yo, Soul Calibur, what's going on? Thanks for dropping by, everyone. That was good. That was really good. Alright, that's exactly what we want going forward. Yeah, time to pull out the backup. There we go. Yeah, thanks for the good luck, Trekkie. Yeah, good luck to everybody this weekend. I'm really looking forward to a couple of these runs. Especially, coming up here soon, we're going to be having, Streets of Rage, a couple other great games.
You win.
I don't even know what pace we're on, but we're just gonna keep going with it. Just gotta keep going. Now my worst character, which I actually just got my best time with today. So let's see if we can beat a 59-second run on the in-game timer, because that will be a PB for this character, and I'll be happy with this run regardless. Besides that Astaroth, I'll be happy with this run. We got this. We got this.
Final battle, fight.
This is a really good maxi right now. But by the time you get to round 4, the AI kind of picks it up a little bit, because they're like, okay, now, you've been playing for a while. Let's not make you feel like you're the best in the world or nothing. There we go. We got this. Yes. Oh, pause too early. The thing is, you'll see me pause sometimes because I'm sitting there spamming the start button to just go as fast as I can. So occasionally, like when I do knock them off, I'll pause early. That's unfortunate, but it only loses like maybe 2 seconds, so. Yep, she's not having this. We gotta bring up the backup. Worst character, everybody. Worst character. How about that? Oh. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. It's like the worst part about him is as soon as you start doing the Y move, he just sits there and does that for like 5 minutes. He doesn't stop doing this. And it's just the worst mechanic.
Final battle, fight! Final battle, fight!
Oh, I bring him over here, yeah. Bring him over here, come on. Oh. Worst character. Worst character. Period. He's the worst character in this game. It could be way worse. I mean, I've had rounds where he goes like 4 minutes, so it's terrible. But we'll make it work, guys. We'll make it work. Yeah, Maxi with the 202.
The legend will never die.
Yeah, so that's my absolute worst character. Luckily, we got a pretty good character right after, so. The biggest problem with her is she's a tiny character, so they don't end up actually being able to push many characters as quickly. What's up? Just seeing the chat there. Yeah, I hope everybody's enjoying the marathon. It's been some great runs so far. I guess we've had 2 world records already. That's awesome, guys. I thought this one was gonna be it too. I was like, yeah, this one's gonna be a world record, and then Maxi shows up. Maxi's like, oh yeah? What's that? You got sub 1 Maxi today? Now watch this. 202 Maxi. And then a terrible Zhanghua too. But it's all good. Some days the Soul Calibur is good. Other days the Soul Calibur decides to play Maxi. You will have the blindfold. Yeah, I guess. I've only done it, I think like 3 or 4 times blindfolded, so. But I can do it, so. This will be the first time I've done it live. And shout outs to everyone who made that happen, because you guys donated to make that happen, so thank you guys. Because, yeah, I've been holding that one for a while. Haven't streamed it or nothing. Whew, that was a good kick. I'm just pulling out the cheap strats now. Yeah, so a couple of these strategies I'm doing right now, they're not as quick, but they are like consistent, so. Because what you want to do with her is get them to the edge, obviously. But after a while, her kicks, which are the best things for getting them off the edge, the AI picks on them way too quickly. Oof. Come on. Alright.
You win.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even know what kind of pace we're on right now. But it don't matter. It don't matter.
The legend will never die.
I mean, watch. We could get like 50 seconds on Inferno or something crazy. You never know, you know? This game is all RNG. Yeah, so Keelik, he's another character we've had a couple of improvements on. Pretty much his kicks have turned into just as cheap as Astaroth. However, he has a harder chance at pushing heavier guys. Getting them in a good spot on the stage to push them. However, I have figured out a little bit of a strategy to get the AIs to like get off the ground quicker. So if you hit them with the stick while they're on the ground, they have a higher likely chance to stand up. So instead of like sitting there trying to like push them on the ground if they're heavier characters, I could just use the stick and hit them while they're on the ground to get them to get up more likely. And it definitely helps out with a long run like this, where like you need a consistent strat for a certain character to get them to get up quicker.
Final battle, fight!
Ooh, so close. It's all good. Alright, this guy might give us a little bit of trouble.
Final battle, fight!
Nice. That was clean. That was really clean.
Final battle, fight!
That was clean. For Keelik, that was really clean. Yeah, because usually I'm having a lot of trouble on him, so. Alright, Mitsurugi. He is the cheapest character in the game. Now, the whole thing about Soul Calibur is the leaderboard shows console by default, but if you go into the parameters and show emulation, there is one time on the leaderboard that is Mitsurugi 31 seconds, done on a Dreamcast emulation. And, oh boy. I have been trying to go for that one for a while, but I've only got 32 with Astaroth, so someday it'll happen. That day just has not happened yet, so. But trying to go for it with a different character too is especially what's making it take much longer. Because Mitsurugi's strat is pretty much you just use this, the backwards swing. If the backwards swing ends up failing, you do the in the air strat, just like that. Gives you some pretty quick matches. The lowest match I've ever gotten with him with that strategy is about a 2.97 on the in-game timer. And he also has a kick, which is good for a backup if you need it later on. See the backup with there we go. That's where the backup comes in handy. So that fight can get really annoying. Oh no. Figures. It's on Inferno.
Final battle, fight!
There we go. Yeah, it could have been worse. This is decent enough. Decent enough. Decent. I think the PB actually has 48 or something like that on the in-game timer for him.
Welcome back to the
Not necessarily
stage
sure.
of history. Final battle, fight!
Now here's another cheap character. It's pretty much just a juggle. Juggle to get him to the edge. And Lizard Man works the same way as Sophitia here. So I'll be doing the same strategy for both.
Battle, fight!
Well, that just happened. You guys saw that. You guys saw that. Unreal. Why are you not here so I can play you? Maybe we could save time here, actually. I don't know.
Final battle, fight!
We gotta work on the strategy right now. Just gotta try and get more ring outs. That's where we're losing a lot of time.
Final battle, fight! Final battle, fight!
Oof. When in doubt, blame Maxi. Blame Maxi.
Final battle, fight!
Ooh.
Sudden death, fight!
You guys are never gonna see that again. You guys will never see that again. Oh my gosh. That is so rare. Wow. That is so rare.
You win!
We got a double knockout. Wow. I've had it happen in like an actual match with a friend, but I've never had that happen in a marathon run. Well, I call it a marathon run, but all characters. Because it definitely feels like a marathon doing this run. I'd say with all the characters alone, you probably do run like 4 miles, so... Running to get them all to the edge. Yeah, so the thing is that we figured out recently with Ivy here, she's got a really good kick. That's a back kick that actually sends enemies off the edge a lot further from the edge than usual kicks. So it's like a really good stab move, but it also like really tosses them, just like that. And so if you get them close enough to the edge, it's a really good kick for getting them out quick. Just like that.
Final battle, fight! Final battle, fight!
Wow. Yeah, the AI is really picking up on the kicks today. They're just like, nope, you're gonna kick? Oh, thanks.
Final battle, fight!
Lizard Man, everybody, let's hear it for Lizard Man. Here we go.
Final battle, fight!
Good match.
Final battle, fight!
Bad Inferno.
You win!
Another Lizard Man. Yeah. It's always Lizard Man.
The legend will never
Maxie and
die.
Lizard Man.
Welcome back to the
Alright, here's
stage of
Valdo.
history.
I would argue he's the fastest character, but the problem is you just really need RNG to go perfect. But I feel like the world record could definitely be Valdo.
Battle, fight!
You just gotta get the RNG. Pray for it.
Final battle, fight! You- Final battle, fight! You- Final battle, fight!
Well, that was weird. Yeah, this is going really interesting.
Final battle, fight!
I mean, we got the double knockout. Just terrible Maxi.
Final battle, fight!
It's Out War! Oh my gosh! Welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for stopping by. Got Speedyfists going here all weekend, guys. Just be sure to check it out. We got Inferno. Please go to Inferno. Come on. Oh no. Come on. Oh, Inferno's trolling. He's trolling.
You win!
Oh yeah. Actually, funny enough, Tekken and
The legend will
Soul
never
Calibur
die.
here were actually developed at around the same time. Or at least one of the Tekkens.
Welcome back to the stage
Well, no, I know
of
Tekken
history.
came out on like 32X, so it's actually maybe like 95, 96,
Fight!
around there. Sounds about right.
You- Final battle, fight!
Yeah, so Huang here, he's actually got kind of a new strategy I figured out recently. He plays a lot like Astroth with ring outs.
Fight!
He's got this ultimate kick where it's that spin kick, and that's pretty much like the ultimate kick. You can get ring outs pretty quick with him.
You- Final
So he's actually a pretty decent enough character if the RNG does go right, so. Good kick for tossing him.
You- Final battle, fight!
There we go.
You- Final battle, fight! Out of the ring! You- Final
sometimes the stage 7 can get really trolly. Swing! Why's it gotta be this way? Boo Night Terror.
Final battle, fight.
He's just misunderstood. It's the sword that made him do it.
You win.
Donate to Xianghua, spin him into the ground. Oh my.
The legend will never die. Welcome back.
Yoshimitsu next. He works a lot like Mitsurugi, so we're going to be using some of the same strategy that we used before, but he does play a little different. So we'll be throwing a couple of kicks and stuff in there too.
Final battle, fight. Out of the ring. You. Final battle, fight. Final battle, fight.
Sorry for not speaking for a moment. Because while he does work a lot like Mitsurugi, it's definitely a harder character to play.
Final battle, fight.
Yeah, the first time I ever played this game was on a Dreamcast. And the best part about that was it was a really authentic experience. Because I'd never seen the game in an arcade. So, one of my goals someday is to own this game for the arcade. Just have the arcade machine chilling, you know. But apparently it's really hard to find now. So. This game was released on the arcade in 1998. Came out to home consoles in 1999. Second best-selling Dreamcast game.
Final battle, fight.
It's just awesome. But the speedrun is definitely RNG heavy, so if you don't like games with RNG, I wouldn't recommend it. But I do recommend it to anybody who just loves Soul Calibur. Because you'd be surprised how good of a speedrun it is once you figure out all the AI manipulation, figuring out what moves work where for what characters. And especially this run. This run is just an endurance of, you know, just seeing how you do with each character, what backups you know, what cues you know with each character. Whew. Sounds like 1-Up Arcade time. Yeah, dude. I really wish that, like, they would make a Soul Calibur 1-Up Arcade. Yeah. Also, shoutouts to Ronnie Blaze. I know he's got a couple of those. Yeah, great little arcade machines those are.
Final battle, fight. Final battle, fight.
Oh, didn't that look like he was about to fall? It's all good. It's all good. Just gotta get past the lizard. The lizard overlord, folks. We got Miguel's here. He's trying to take out Edgemaster. Edgemaster says no, so he's just gonna have to get juggled. How unfortunate for Edgemaster.
Final battle, fight! Final battle, fight!
Now we got a Trollferno here. Oh wait, yeah, that's his name now. His name is Trollferno. From this day forward.
You win!
It's Trollferno. You heard it here, folks, guys. First, guys. Blah, blah, blah. First, folks.
The legend will never die. Welcome back to
Next up is Nightmare Light. It's pretty much just Nightmare again. So. Same strats as earlier. Just with luscious blonde hair. So.
Final battle, fight!
Oh my gosh. And then we get a troll like that. Thanks, Taki. I want everybody in chat to thank Taki. Just be like, thanks, Taki.
Final battle, fight!
Oh my gosh. There we go. At least we got a perfect average, so it works.
Final battle, fight!
Now what I just did right there, sometimes when you knock him out of the ring, if you do it at a correct angle, the character model will straight up disappear. It's actually most common on an Astaroth when I'm running with him, but it can happen with every character. I'm not actually sure if it saves any time. My theory's been that since a model like unloads, the game has like less time to load up. But it's kind of more speculation rather than like confirmed fastness. So I always see it as like a good thing, but who knows if it saves time. Could be Soul Calibur 5. No, it could be Soul Calibur 4. So then we'd get the Apprentice and lose every time. So, oh my goodness, the Force characters in that game. Whew. That was a fun game though. I just could not stand going up against the Apprentice and Yoda in that game. I had it for Xbox. I wasn't cool enough to have it on PS3. Couldn't play with Vader. Alright, so we have Rock here again. He works the same as Astaroth earlier. There we go. Yeah, I was making a joke a while ago. It's pretty much Ring Out the video game with a couple of these characters. Ring Out the game. Donation hype. Thanks for the $5, Gundam. Had to donate during the Rock run, because it's the best part. Ooh. Maybe I spoke too soon. Sophitia said no. Sophitia lied. We're getting sub 1 here. We gotta get this sub 1 now.
Final battle, fight!
Sub 1 rock. Come on. We got this.
Final battle, fight!
Sub 1 rock. I can take it.
You win! The legend will
Yeah, I think PB with him is 38 though. It's a really good run.
Welcome back to the stage of history. Final battle, fight!
Yeah, so a couple of new strats actually have been found with her too. It's pretty much just the kick dive. A lot of the characters work that way, but some of them just have worse reflexes. They move a lot slower for their kicks. So you don't want to like heavily rely on some of them.
Final battle, fight!
That was so close. That was so close. That would have been a really good match if she didn't hit us.
Final battle, fight!
Ivy trolling the run. You saw it here first, folks. Blocking while instantly getting off the ground. Oh, no comment. Ivy! That is such a rare move. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the AI is officially trolling. Like, let's just say I don't even know how to do that move. So the fact that the AI pulled it out, it's ridiculous.
Final battle, fight!
Yeah, sometimes like when I run this game, instantly the first match they'll go into like this super complex move right off the bat, and I'm just like, I thought this was on the correct difficulty. But nope.
Final battle, fight! Out of the ring! Final battle, fight! Out of the ring! You win! The legend will never die.
Getting close to the end here.
To the stage of history.
Yeah, so Cervantes here, not very much improvements with him. Pretty much kick dives. He's got a couple of moves that do pretty high amounts of damage, but they take a lot longer to perform.
Final battle, fight!
Hey, if we get sub 1 Cervantes, it might be a PB for him. Right when I say that. Right when I say that, the AI is like, oh yeah? What's that? You're gonna say that out loud, bud? It could always be worse. The tambourines. Yeah, if you guys have never played Soul Calibur 2, Valdo in Soul Calibur 2 has tambourines for weapons. That's just a visible facepalm. Thanks, Taki. Everybody in the chat, thanks, Taki. Oh my gosh. Yeah, throw him off. Yeah. Thanks, Taki. Yeah. It's a really good Inferno, at least. AJJ! Alright. I want to put in my initials, but then I'm like, oh yeah, it's a speedrun. I want to keep going. Alright, so we got Edgemaster here. I was like, maybe it'll be a PB. Yeah, I'm playing this on Xbox 360, so that's why. Because a lot of my saves are my Xbox One. But I don't bring this Xbox online, because I actually make Halo Machinima with it, so that's neat. Yeah, so pretty much Edgemaster and Inferno, final 2 bouts of the run. Random weapons for every round. So you're pretty much just up to hoping you get good weapons at this point. Which, you know, I really should start doing at the beginning of the rounds. So like if I don't get good weapons on them, I could just reset early on instead of going like almost a whole hour. And then, oh no, I didn't get good weapons, time to reset. But, you know, that's more for like in the future when the game gets like super optimized, so. It gave me Maxi against Maxi. It's the greatest game of all time. Real gamers play with the Dreamcast controller. Real gamers play with the DDR pad. Real gamers play Soul Calibur with the Game Boy. Who needs block or kick? Just have horizontal and vertical. Good luck. Are you serious right now? This is I cannot believe this just happened 2 times in the same run. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm speechless. 2 times. Wow. Well, I definitely know this isn't gonna be a PB, but we still had a pretty decent run. We had some good characters. Really, if you can get sub 1 hour, it's a good run. I'm not sure if I'm on that pace right now, so don't let me know, because It's gonna stink seeing that hour if that's the case. But the good news is, my goal for this one was really a 59 coming back. So I haven't played the category in a while, so it's been about a month or two since I've been doing this, so practiced a couple of times earlier this week for it. So we got time coming up on the last Inferno as soon as he's knocked out. I want to thank all you guys for coming out this weekend and checking out Speedyfists. Got plenty of great runs coming up here soon. If Inferno wants to knock Yoshimitsu out of the ring. But before we do head out, I do have the incentive goal to perform here. I'm going to be doing blindfolded attempt here live in just a few. What's world record? World record RTA is 50:36, but the in-game time is like 24 minutes and something, like 24:48 altogether. So even if the RTA was off, we could potentially, you know, get in-game time theoretically. But the good news about that too is it makes it to where Dreamcast players or players on other consoles with you know, longer load times, they could take the advantage in the category by using the in-game timer. So even if their RTA was slower, you could still technically set the world record on Dreamcast. Alright, so here we go. This is our final match. And it's gonna troll us just as hard as Taki. And time. That's it. Let's see what we're looking at here.
You win.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Hey, 51-13 coming back. RTA. That's not bad. That's really good, actually. I thought it was way further off. I was thinking like maybe 56. So that's actually really good. That's about like a minute from world record there. So that's a really good run. I'm happy with it. Even though it got trolled really hard. The sum of best adds up to about 47, 45 minutes now, so that's awesome. Alright, so shout outs to everybody who donated, because we're about to do our blindfolded attempt here right now.